New recording has begun. Apparently time flies when you're having fun. When you're rimming, time flies. Yeah, thank you for the reminder. Apparently my watch didn't vibrate. What a cliffhanger. All tells you the room it needs. Yeah, all floor, that's it. That's it. Okay. I think I'm gonna do this. That's what he's for, yeah. Phrasing. Wait, what did I misphrase this time? Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Well, made a lot of progress today. What's going on? Yeah, let's progress. No, that's. Oh, rimming. Yeah, that's what us professional rimmers call RimWorlds and playing RimWorlds. Yeah, Sunday is a good day for some rimming, and time flies when you're rimming. Time flies when you're rimming. Yeah. I don't know how you can misconstrue that to mean anything weird or anything. Command. Set up clothing policies. Yes, expedition guides will take you, or expedition clothes, I think, as well. The Lord's Day, a good day for women. We actually need to start planning a little bit more. We finally got some new colonists, so I gotta make sure I stay ahead on that a little bit. All right. So Mio, let's finally get your tier 5. We were putting that on hold for a little while, but we got some other things set up. All I do is rim, no matter what. Another berserk. We have 3 berserks. Building bridges other than inflammability that makes them bad. No, well, okay, it's 2 things. Flammability, but the second one is they can only support wooden walls. They can only support wooden walls. Back in the day, you could actually build stone walls on top of bridges. So that's what the advanced sort of bridges were back in the day, and they removed it. I think they removed it in 1.0 actually, or maybe right after 1.0. But the downside is you can only build wooden walls on top of bridges. As far as wall types, anyway, I should say. All right. All right, this lectern is going to take forever, but I think this will be good in the long run. So, grant lectern. Okay. Work hard for 6 days, but save the last day for the rimming. Josh, haven't heard that one in a while. Thank you for the 69 bits. I'm gonna replay that. Wayne, can you laugh for me one more time? No, he's on cooldown. Sorry. It's barracks dining recreation benefit always outweigh interrupted sleep and barracks debuffs. So the only barracks debuff that you get really, well, I mean, obviously you're gonna get less mood than from a really good bedroom. But the real power in the barracks setup is that it's very, very space efficient and very wealth efficient. So, for instance, I had a barracks where I had 70 pawns living in it. 70 pawns. So to have 70 individual bedrooms would be an enormous footprint on the map and a ton of wealth. But instead, I just had one really impressive barracks. So if you're not playing with massive amount of colonies or colonists, then switching over to bedrooms when you start getting to like high expectations is probably a good thing to do. But yeah, the benefit is just that the footprint is smaller, so therefore travel time smaller. You have to build less.
You, my friend,
everything around, like walls, flooring, etc. So way lower wealth, which means easier raids. So it has lots of benefits. You will still get the -3 to disturb sleep no matter what, unless you mod it out. But it's super worth. What's with the bed setup? Is it a share of the same table? Yep. So you can also do it like this, set them all up, but then everyone wouldn't be able to smell each other's feet. So this way, 4 beds can share a single end table. That's the most you can have on a single end table. But they also get the added benefit that they're all foot fetishists. What's up with the dirt floor? So the dirt floor can't get dirty. Dirt floors can have garbage and blood and vomit, but they don't actually track dirt. And so this room is going to stay there. We don't have to clean it as much. Also, you can't get food poisoning. Not that we're really cooking food anymore, but you can't get food poisoning from a room for dirty cooking area unless it's -2 cleanliness or lower, and dirt's a -1. So having your food being cooked in a dirt floor room is easier to keep at that threshold. Walls block some line of sight. 2 sandbags wide is more viable. How far are you going? Are you only going 13? If you're going 13, it shouldn't block line of sight. The 2 sandbag wide I don't like. I was talking about that yesterday. For several reasons. But are you only going 13 before you taper it? If so, you shouldn't have line of sight issues to the entrance. So you want to go 13, and you want the walls to be on each side of that. And then if you're doing it for line of sight purposes, and that's when you start tapering it forward. Once you get to a certain, I don't remember how many out it is. Once you get to, I think it's 4 more of these out, then you have to cut it tighter. You've gone more than 13. Yeah, so 13 before you start rounding it, will make it so they all have line of sight all the way to the entrance. So that might be what's going on. Whoops. Czar, thank you for the tier 2. Thank you, Czar. Very much appreciated. Much love to Czar. There's not a lot of tier 2 subs. I appreciate it, Czar. Thank you for the support. Tier 2, that's like 2 subs in 1. Come on, Fathom. Can you throw grenades while wearing a shield belt? You cannot. Grenades count as a ranged weapon. That also means that... There we go. It also means that brawlers don't like holding grenades. -20. -20. Punch them with the grenades. Infantry's ready again.
You, my friend, are rated E for excellent.
What? Another tier 2? Aram, thank you for the tier 2 subs. There's not a lot of tier 2 subs, and apparently there's at least 2 of them here right now at the same time. Aram, thank you for the resub. 3 months, tier 2. Thank you, Aram. Much love to Aram. How many of these can we get? ABC, always buy components. Thank you, Aram. On your way to build around the Anima tree? It depends on how close the Anima tree is to the edge of the map, yeah. Just depends. But usually I would rather protect the tree and the people meditating than and I don't care about the 30% offset. All right, who's next? Let's let people get kind of happier again. I mean, the problem with Locutus plus shield belt. Stop that after he got one tapped by a tribal with a spear. A what train? Wait, which button is that?
All aboard the hype train.
Thanks. Get these layers done. Go see if that shrine's getting done. Alright, okay, that's done. Floor. Doesn't even matter. Does it say what kind of floor? Like, can we just throw some crappy concrete? All floored, alright. Let's try it. As far as the double door, execution doors will, as the clip that explains it, because I get asked it a whole lot, but there's the clips for it. It is pretty important. I've lost not having the door set up before, so I pretty much always do it now. But yeah, for the full explanation, since it's asked so often, we made a clip. There's that Gandalf emote. One of my favorites. It's gonna need the needle sheets in here. So it's 85% already. Okay. So that should mean we can put it in here for the impressiveness. All right, let's try it out. And then we can convert this room. We'll see. So on the channel, I can post. Goose never Goose does something silly. Perfect. Stores and hold when open, so that when raiders break one, you can just close the second one. Yeah, that's another good idea for it. So the reason I leave the spaces to those, you can use them for lots of different things. I like using. It's not as important anymore, but I used to use them as crafty prisons. I still do it at some point. Now they get a debuff if prisoners escape the map, so it's not as important as it was. Stream break. Oh, we still got the insulted. I wonder if this can cover those. Let's find out. Probably not, but I'm curious. Failed. Now I got a -3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So it's too sound simple. I'll explain it if it works. I'm testing something. New lovers, but you guys can't sleep together yet, so you're just gonna have to chill. Chill. Did you say chill? With a Y? Bet your cats are exhausted. God, I'm not reading the rest of that. Not out loud anyway. Does it have marble on your map? Marble is the stone with the most beauty multiplier, so it's good for like art and things like that. Any place that you need easy beauty made out of stone. It seems like marble is more important than granite on your map now. So granite used to be really important because it had the most HP, and it's still important in some scenarios. But breachers destroy granite in a single hit, just like everything else. So I'm actually starting to more and more. No. I'm starting more and more to think that I would rather have sandstone and marble for the beauty, and sandstone because you can make things with it so quickly. I don't know why it was so hard to get that out, but it can be used to build things very quickly. So when breachers destroy your wall, you can throw up a new stone wall very quickly, especially on mastery. You don't have wood or something like that. So marble is still really important. You definitely don't have to have it, but it is a nice bonus to have, especially when you're starting to work on getting beauty up. Two rounds get addicted to psych IT, scheduled every 2 days. Isn't that all that's needed to avoid addiction? They should, yeah, they shouldn't have, unless it's changed recently. Oh, the other thing in here. So, did you have any of these? Did you have it also set for recreation by chance? So, there's no or statements. You only have the right one. and you had it every 2 days and you didn't have either of these changed, yeah, that's really weird. I've never had that happen. You also like how Slate looks. Yeah, Slate's good too. It's a no florist choice because of ideology. No, it's a wealth thing. Yeah, that's really odd. What do I happen with yours? Yeah, that's what I always set them at, is 2, and they never get it unless they're Kimmel interest or Kimmel fascination. Smooth threshold 50% on Psyche. Sam has added the default drug policy and not actually create a new one. Yeah, that's weird. Once or twice now that your Luciferium pawn every 6 days keeps you in inventory. Run out on a caravan without any Luciferium, almost died. Yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure what caused it then. So we have found something out. Let me destroy this and I'll see if this is how it works. Iceteam. Christ of belief, whatever, Iceteam. Okay, so yeah, it works. So you know how your altars, you're not supposed to have beds in there, or they're disrespected and it'll give a mood debuff? Well, it turns out they share it. You only need one altar that has those requirements met. So this one is in a room that's fully floored and there's no beds or anything like that, right? So it meets all the requirements to not be desecrated. All floored, no beds, no work facilities. This one is in somewhere with beds and work facilities, but we can still do the recalibration at full power. So just, all right, perfect. It's more of a suggestion than a rule. So there we go, it works. Nice. Bedroom counter research and recreation and now ideology in the same room. Why not include the inventory at this point? It's good. It's a good idea. It's a little cheesy. A little cheesy. Let's do this really quick before I destroy this room. I'll not do any more of these for a while. Boring. What the crap, man? We've gotten so many boring ones. Getting rid of the ritual room? Yeah, because we don't need it. We cheesed it, so we don't need one. Same quality, 99%. Failed. Failed. How long is this research? Come on. Okay, we're gonna start needing those fallback positions for breach raids in here. Iceteam, you are sad wandering still. All right. How's this person doing? Whoops. 5.7. Okay. Major break risk. They have catharsis now, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. Cargo pods. What's up? What's up? Meat. Oh well. Prompts. Item as image. Forces desires. Let's go after bedrooms. Can you set up decoy bedrooms and lure them somewhere else? Depending on the raid. So right now it seems like breachers will absolutely do that. They'll pick a bed that's not assigned. Sappers are set up to go for a colonist assigned bed. So they won't go for ones that aren't assigned out somewhere. Yeah, you can choose the raid AI a little bit depending on the type of raid. All right, who are we gonna get for the next grass growing here? Gerbil. How horses help you on caravans now? Does the same apply to Thrumbo? In other words, can you ride those? You can ride Thrumbo, yep. Ride them. They are mountable as far as caravans are concerned. And if I remember right, they actually increased the caravan speed by more than any other creature at the moment. Yep, no worries, yep. Thrumbos increase speed of the caravan, yeah. Horses are really nice now, though. Horses only have 30% wildness. They carry as much as a muffalo. They only need two skill to tame, and they can get you up to 80 tiles per day on road if everyone has one. This one's 60, so it is the same as a horse. Thank you. I thought they were 180 for some reason. So same speed as a horse. Yeah, horses are insane for caravanning, and we're actually gonna start doing some caravanning at some point. So we'll be grabbing some horses. Gotta keep an eye on them, or out for them, I should say. Yeah, horses are really, really good. So we actually have a miner now. Just gotta get to that point where we can make our own components, and then it's time to push this up a little bit. Thanks, Bora. Pray for you, Jade Legendary statue. Pray to the RNG gods. Can't believe that works. That's silly. That's silly. So breach defense. Breach defense. Oh my god, we're gonna be able to make our own fabrication, or own components from fabrication. That is a huge thing for tribal. Well, it's huge for any playthrough, but man, it takes so long to get there with tribal. It's insane. Insane. All right. Where do we want to put this one? In here's fine. I mean, we just cleared this out, so. Some people are going to hate this. There's a reason I'm putting it away from there. So I don't want to block those corners so that we can melee block. So if we have, you know, a drop pod raid in here, we can actually put people at that door. So it's kind of a important thing to have set up. I should have done that over here too, honestly. How's our power doing? Ah, we're fine. We're fine. Do the same thing, it drives you crazy even though you're the one doing it. Yeah, that's how I feel, yeah. Okay, when that is done. Oh, so nice. So nice to make components do until we have X. We're just gonna put X on. Whoops, I should have used the button, but 120. Where's that cable? There it is. There we go. Off for the night. Have a WoW raid. Upon calls, should answer the phone, come pick you up. Yeah, I hope so. Hope so. Sip, thank you for hanging out. Much appreciated. Good luck on the raid. I think I'm actually gonna do leader speech. See if we can get an inspiration here. Come on. We also need to convert that person. Patches. Inspirational leader speech. Nice. $5 days. So we currently have a -3 for diverse thoughts because we are extremely bigoted. How's the run going? It's going pretty well today. Pretty well. We've had a couple big hits, but we're about to get hit again, I'm sure. Looks like Cassandra should be coming off cooldown here. We are at almost 100,000 wealth. Oh, there's a raid. What do you know? Okay. Breach walls. 41 tribal breachers. All right. Probably don't need the military aid, but... Oh, one of their people were in there. Crap, we just got hostile with those people that we just called in. I didn't realize one of their guys were still left in there. Yeah, we didn't need that. Yeah, we killed them anyway. Sorry about that. It's alright, we'll send you some human meat made from your own, or human meat. Human leather made from your own people. That'll be fine. You'll thank us later. Sanguine Kind construction. Self is good. There's a lot going on here. Body Purist? Don't think so. Underground Greedy. Don't want to deal with Greedy right now. Psychopath, Careful Shooter. Eh. Let's read Tortured Artist. Melee. No, that's alright. It's alright. Alright, we need to get that fixed. Are you working on it? I'm Juliet. Juliet, you're fine. You need to get this done. Yeah, we didn't need to call them in at all. It's only this little breach landing history. Vince, that's time to get ready. Good luck getting in. Be our friend or be like this leather. That's right. More food for the winter. Still do want to make the rest of the tribes hostile. Quest expired. Oh, the components, yeah. I was waiting on a miner, but they never came. Well, we have one now, but... It's a lot of skull spikes. Yeah, you know what? Let's remove some more of the skulls. We haven't been doing that in a while. Whoops. More skulls for the Skull Throne. Faction on this person. Want to break those doors? Yeah. Yes, they did. Hermits in a daze. It's alright. That's alright. Alright, it's finally time to add the sleep enhancements here. I do believe. Choosing behind, placing doors when tile off of your mid wall. So actually doors will explain it. But there's a lot of points behind it. The reason I usually made those little cubbies, it's kind of habit for that part. But before, what I would do is I would put prisons in these. And now that you can treat people out and about, it's not really as good. But prisons in these on the outer walls allowed us to grab people that we possibly wanted to keep, throw them in here and triage them, and then bring them into the real prison. So that side of it doesn't really matter anymore, but the double doors are still good in general. The little gap in there is just kind of a leftover. Trials have a thermo down, time for big raids. On the other side, oh, this one? Wait. Where am I uneven? It's probably just something I threw in. That one's good. These ones? It's hard to tell when someone's meaning when I'm scrolling around and stuff, I suppose. Gerbil. Tier 3. Those ones just aren't, they're these ones just not done yet. So it's going to be the same setup as this, or it was going to be, but I just haven't finished it. Stay between your double doors so that your colors hold the door standing, and yeah. And also, if someone dies and the crap they drop or their body holds open the door, you don't want to also hold up the second door. There's lots of little benefits of it, but definitely recommend double doors on the outer wall. We got backing. Too much word of lovin'? No, I haven't yet. Yeah, I might want to start doing that more. We did get one of those yesterday. Mio. There's could a fast door like wood outside, a slower door, strong door on the inside. All right, who all is on cooking? Misfortune actually has a cooking passion, and so does Iceteam. Misfortune, you do this. Iceteam, you do this. And chops up. Masterwork button down. So the next step is we're gonna get the. I guess I will get the neurochargers. That's gonna be terrible, terrible. To inspire creativity, all you get is Go Frenzy. Sounds about right. All right, time to send their dead friends back to them. There we go. So the horrible traits to have on pawns. Things like depressive and things, big mood hits like that are really bad unless there's some really crazy thing to offset them. I really don't like slothful. Global work speed is super good. Slothful is a big hit to that. Gourmand eats 3 meals a day, so not only do they take up more food, but they're traveling to get food more often. Their mood takes a hit a lot because they're starving while they're sleeping. So Gourmand's really annoying. Pyromaniac's really annoying. Slothful, like I said. Slow learner is really bad. And there's quite a few that are pretty detrimental that I try to avoid. Now, obviously they're like, if the other things on the pawn compensate for it, or if they're god pawns otherwise or something, then absolutely, I would still take them. So for instance, if you have a Gourmand, but they're like Gourmand, Jogger, Sanguine or something, right? And their stats are good otherwise, it's like, all right, sure. Yeah, I don't like Body Purist. I actually don't like Teetotaler either. I once said I didn't like Teetotaler, and I got this really long YouTube comment about how Teetotaler doesn't mean anything because no one should ever use drugs in RimWorld ever. There's absolutely no reason to ever have drugs for your colonist. You should be able to do everything without them. And I was like, holy crap. Which religious sect is bleeding into your game that you can't have your digital people use drugs? But yeah, I don't like Teetotaler. But my meme is to get high. What's your favorite trait? Guys beyond? I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. You shouldn't use drugs. Drugs bad. Okay. Okay. About Lusterium, which is weird to you. Yeah, they do. They get a huge debuff if you administer Lusterium on them or anything. Gourmand is bad. Yeah, Gourmand eats 3 meals a day instead of 2, so you can offset it. But Gourmand, it might not sound like a big deal, but not only are they eating more meals, they have to travel to get the meals. They have to travel to the table an extra time a day. They have a lower mood a lot of times because they'll be starving already and have the mood debuff for that. Keep saying that when you get attacked by Goji's crackheads. You should never use the mechanic that the developer put in the game for you to use. Have you no honor? Sorry. They eat without a table more often. Yeah, there's lots of downsides to them, like little downsides to stack. You're a Gourmand IRL. I guess we all are, most of us. Yeah, so there's a lot of little social buffs in the game, social buffs and debuffs that a lot of people don't know about. And I mean, I don't know them all, but it's really interesting. So some of the ones like, for instance, like you're talking about with the Teetotaler, they don't like other people taking drugs. But a big one is Transhumanists. Transhumanists get a mood, or not mood, but a social buff from other people that have other body parts too. It's really awesome. Body Purist gets the opposite of that. So Body Purist really sucks. Not only do they not want you to replace their broken stuff, but if anyone else replaces theirs, they'll like them less. We have like no money. Is this filled up? All right. Who are we sending this to? Blue. Blue. It's only plus 61. Whatever. I'll send you some more in a minute. The meme is literally called Transhumanist. Body modder is a trait, but no, they did not trait. They didn't change body or Transhumanist to body modder because they had trans in the word. God, I saw people that were like going crazy off of that for real. I don't know if you're joking about it or not, but there were people that were like really upset, and it's like they did it so that you wouldn't be confused. That was Transhumanist. Why they didn't do it with cannibal? Maybe they couldn't find another cannibal word. I don't know. Why is everyone wearing high-vis jackets? Oh, the Devil Strand dusters. Devil Strand dusters are really good protection. They protect more of the body than flak. That's just good. They're just good. Better than flak jackets. High-vis, yeah. Man-eater, human-eater. Person consumer. But yeah, there were people that were actually mad that they changed it to body modder, and it's like, it's because you can't have the word trans. It's literally still transhumanist as the meme. Transhumanism is the name of a real philosophical ideology. Yeah. Yeah, it's silly stuff. It's not cannibalism, it's homophage. Major drug producers, how much mood boost you can gain by adding bionic parts in the pawn? I don't remember where it caps out. I feel like it's either 13 or 17, something around there, but it's in the teens. I haven't done a transhumanist or body modder playthrough in a long time. But yeah, it gets pretty high up there. Transhumanist does sound cooler though, yeah. That's true. Alright. How long on this ritual? That's kind of what we're waiting on right now for that mood boost. Less than a day. Less than a day. Is it 12? Caps out at 13, which also gives plus 40 for the other one. Okay, so 13 was right. I knew it was an odd number. 13, 15, 17, something like that. An odd teen number. What can be confusing about cannibal? That the cannibal trait is different from the cannibal ideology. Somewhat. 0.4 days. Let's see. It's fortune. Let's call in a trade group here. Bulk goods. Thank you. Human leather. Wait, how much are we missing with him? So we need like 90 rep with him. Be good. Cannibal ideology doesn't want to wear human leather pants. Sad. Strong if you can also give them the mood spreader, whatever it's called. Plus 96. Nice. Nice. Person does exchange Saw Massacre, the other allows you to do Soylent Green. Yeah. That's an interesting way to put it. It's true. It's true. Like eating fish doesn't mean like wearing fish scale clothing. All right, come on. This better go well. Here we go. Here we go, Patches. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Come on, Patches. Hey, it's done. All right. Now it's time to start the supercharger room. Oh, Lord. Where do I want to put this? They can be moved, so I guess I'll just put them in here right now. We're gonna need another geothermal for this, I do believe. God, they're so expensive. They're so expensive. Before we do that, let's get a scanner up for this map. That's fine. What does water skip do? It puts out fire in like a grenade area, like a 3x3 put out fire. Makes that area wet. I'm an IQ, etc. We've all seen the copy pasta. Getting components in long range, the early game. You almost over your alcoholism? 99%. Real close. And he's getting knocked out. All right, let's get this done. And then it's neural time. Played Void Train yet? Have we supposed to put you off? No, I haven't even heard of it. What is Void Train? All right, neural supercharger. Man, four components apiece. Goodness. It's gonna be rough. That's pretty rough. Well, we gotta do it. It's part of it. It's kind of like rap, but you're on a train track in a void. Interesting. So it's like Snowpiercer. We can move them later, so I guess it doesn't matter where I put them right now. Just get a couple of them down. Oh wait, I was gonna get another geothermal first, my bad. All right, remove roof area off of this. Don't need to be roofing that. All right, lots to do. All this technology and no wireless power. Yeah. You know what? I've never noticed. I bet there's mods for that, like Tesla towers and stuff. So let's do vanilla. Or do you have any quality of life mods? Not really. No pause, the ability to show Celsius and Fahrenheit, but extra music. Oh, we're using an extra camera zoom out now too. That's it. I like extra clicks. Got pizza in the oven. What kind of pizza? Why do you make a line of walls from geothermal generators? So that I don't have to worry about the... If you leave power conduits without a wall under them, there's two problems. One, raiders will just go set them on fire occasionally. And two, wildfires and things like that will burn them as well. So the wall is to protect the power line. Hawaiian pizza. I like it better with pepperoni instead of ham. Salty, sweet, spicy, sweet. Gerbil. Let's go ahead and hit it up. Tier 4. Things are going to start getting juicy at tier 4. Yeah, another skip. Nice. Skip is really good. So yeah, the reason I draw that out is to protect the power line. Chicken, ham, and pineapple. Interesting. Chicken and pineapple. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I have pineapple chicken all the time. Far skip is 5. Yeah, far skip is 5. Far skip would be really nice. I'd get 2 far skips. Hey, our bulk goods traders are here. I like pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapeno. Combined pineapple. I played the psych stuff. It's really good. Psychcasting is crazy strong. Gotta start planting some more food. A brigand camp. I'm just gonna get rid of this. All right, nice. Components, steel. We dumped them almost in our walls. What do we got here? No. Okay. Once this is set up, good shape. Where are we at on timers here? That was on, let's say, 237. All right. A little scary. Just a little scary. Are those still down there? Oh god, I forgot all about those. There's some MECH cluster turrets down there still. We still have to do this today too. I promised I would do it. we're going to. This case is a flash storm. Yes, so back in the melee run, I discovered that you can weaponize lightning. So you can absolutely weaponize lightning. I'll tell you how. One sec. So, turns out that lightning cannot strike a roof, and Flash Storm has a 14 tile radius, I believe it is. So what you do is you roof all the area of a Flash Storm AoE aside from one tile. And then you use multiple Flash Storms in there, and the lightning strikes the same tile every single time for whatever, 200 and whatever seconds, 240 seconds. And so it's like a little grenade going off non-stop. It actually catches the biological people on fire. It doesn't do anything to mechs. It can even destroy walls. It shouldn't destroy walls, but it does in a little like 3x3 radius. So if you roof everywhere aside from one tile, you can actually make every lightning bolt from Flash Storm strike the same spot. And so if you have, oh, man, I still need to get that video up. I told people I would do that too. I'm so behind. If you stack them, it looks like a friggin' black hole. How many tiles? I think it's a 14 radius. It's either 14 or 15 radius. You'd have to check on the cast information, but it will only strike what's not roofed. And so you just leave that one spot unroofed and it will just destroy things. You got to be careful though, because if you put it here, if this is the only unroofed tile in the radius and you start using it, it'll actually destroy these. It does nothing to mechs. It doesn't matter how many you stack, but it will hurt biological stuff pretty substantially. We even had it in the melee run hit so many times that it destroyed the body. And I don't mean burn the body. It hit enough times the body just disappeared. So I also did something where I stacked like 8 of them. And they have like this little, like, I don't know what you would call it. This kind of low opacity black circle. And the more of them you use, the more vibrant that gets. So with like 8 of them, it looked like a black hole that was just striking lightning in a single tile over and over. It's the most fun thing you've seen in RimWorld. I couldn't stop laughing the first time we did it. It was crazy. It's crazy. Body, what body? Yeah. Weaponized lightning. That's what it's supposed to be like first thing today. I know, yeah. Weaponized lightning. If you like that, you might enjoy weaponized autobongs as well. What else can I weaponize? 3 manhunting elephants on your map. You're not paying attention to your game. Pirate raid. Oh man, yeah. Elephants are crazy. Absolutely wreck. The melee run is fully uploaded. Exclamation melee. The run is complete. I did a run on 5% no pause. Melee only. We didn't use ranged weapons, turrets, grenades, EMPs, any of that stuff. It is completely up on YouTube. The last episode of that is just absolutely insane. All right, you guys done with this? Almost. People who liked weaponized lightning also enjoyed weaponized autobongs. That's right. Very targeted. What is it? I've been brought to Reese's Pieces. I am E.T. We need some more of those blocks cut. Man, we are really running ourselves out of these. Auto bongs, yeah, auto bongs. So for anyone that hasn't seen, the High Life has a structure called an auto bong, and it makes it's like a 5-tile radius or something of just smoke leaf smoke, and it drops people's consciousness by 30% really quickly. It won't go through doors or vents, but it can go around corners. So you can set up a kill corridor with auto bongs outside of it, and as raiders come through, they'll drop 30% consciousness, and it's very easy to down them. What noodle? Main parts there is fun. Noodle abuse. So these are the kind of things that I made a tweet as soon as we read the 1.3 and ideology stuff. I replied to the tweet on from Ludian or whatever on Twitter, and I was like, most people are like, wow, ranching. We finally get to ranch animals. My first thoughts were fences. How can we utilize that for defense? Auto bongs, can we weaponize those? Like, it was It was completely like night and day to what most of the comments were like. How can I use this for my advantage in combat? Death by invisible. That's right. And we found some ways. The Web3 of a psychopath, baby. Mad scientist. Have you seen Darkness with miniguns? Yeah, we just did an Archotech run, or Arconexus run that was Darkness. Darkness Tunneler. We had shooting specialists with a sunblocker and a minigun, and it was like a laser. It was crazy. That was probably a week ago or more, week and a half ago when we first tested that. Yeah, you were here during the Arconexus run, right? Most efficient way to kill the most amount of people. That's what RimWorld's all about. You missed your minigun? Yeah, it was King Loser that we tested on his character. It's like a friggin' laser. It was insane. You put shooting specialist and trigger happy together, they stack, and it's like you're only here for a tiny bit doing that. Didn't see much fighting. Yeah, it was crazy. It was so overpowered. It just destroyed everything. Night Team, Burning Passion, Bionic Eye. Ooh, a plague. Yeah, it was really something else. I haven't had a disease event in a while. What's up, Cassandra? What's up with you? All right, we got Iceteam, Kiwi, Fathom, and Orn. Kiwi and Fathom are already there. We need Orn and Iceteam. Orn. Where's Iceteam? Jaliet, come on. Orn. Oh, someone already treated you, Orn. I don't know how I feel about that. Jaliet. Do this one first, Jaliet. It's fine.
God, no.
Masterwork. Yeah, I tried showing the cat closer yesterday, and he was like, no, I don't want to be that close to the camera. Get wide wife, one of those green bodysuits. Joked about that before with her. She's not too fond of that idea for some reason. Are you happy, Aries? I have an idea for an Aries emote. We unlocked a couple more emote slots. I'm going to make one of Aries with his bow tie. I'm not going to make one. I'm going to give money to someone to make one. Buddies, wake up every 2 days. I think that's worth it. It depends on the map. Yeah, Penoxycillin, it blocks more things on tropical maps, so it's definitely worth on tropical maps. I don't know. Every time I use Penoxycillin on a non tropical type map, I usually regret it. And then every time I don't use it, I regret that. So if you have the resources, you might as well use it, I suppose. Are those green walls? Those are jade walls, yeah. This is a good boy. How's our tin quality here? Yeah, it's 14 over 11, 14 over 15, 16, 17, 16, 12. So these two that got here later. So Kirk has been brought over to the collective. Staggeringly ugly bisexual. I'm so ugly, I'll take anything. No, that's not. Pretty good otherwise. Pretty good. They are missing a toe and a finger. It's alright. So am I. I'm not. No, I'm not. I had to check, I didn't remember. Do I have all my toes? Cover the changes in tribal tree abilities. Sure. The only change in 1.3 to sidecasting is that the tree now gets to a minus. Well, what's happening down here? The tree now gets to a minus 30% anima growth and not just psi focus gain. World's away. Same color shirts today. Who got the worst tending? 23, 23. 2021. They're all gonna be okay, I think. Get my eye on them. They're coming for us. The turrets. There's the traders leaving south, thank you. Got this, Goose? Yeah, but there's no mechs left. Yeah, get this done. I don't have one, Vins. Yeah, I need to make one. I have a lot of guides that I have plans to make, but attack immediately, unusually clever, approach from multiple angles. Ooh. Oh no, they're all melee. Christ. 54. We got about 80 tribals or something. All melee. I still can set up the melee block here. Do you have anyone that's tough? Misfortune's tough. We need them for the berserk. Jaliet's tough. That's kind of... Hey, we defeated the Met cluster. Good job, team. Good job. Goose also has berserk. There's someone else. Did Mio get it? Mio got it.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Ooh. That is a fair number of tribals. They're nudists. Alright. Iceteam, Orn. Who was the other one? Who else had? Iceteam, Ninja Kiwi. Orn. Fathom. Fathom. It would actually like really hurt. Jaliet's the only one. Jaliet and Misfortune are bleeding. See, 48-32, they're doing all right. 44-32, 50-44, 42-30. Yeah, they're fun. All right, they fun. Okay, you're not bleeding anymore. Jaliet is bleeding. They're getting healed up. So Jaliet's the only one. All right, we gotta get that melee locked up. So the reason why 5 tattered is because I'm having them force wear some good armor. So that's why. I have the clothing rules set up, but at the moment I'd rather them wear the good armor even though it's tattered. A second sneezing fit of the day. Raid's getting pretty beefy, guys. Craven Reeve slow learner. That one's alright. Tough psychopath. Construction, mining. That one's probably gonna die. That guy's leaving. There's this Charles Manson looking guy heading out. Oh crap, she's using the medicine from her bag. Hate that. Hate that that overwrites. Oh well. Oh well. I'm gonna try something besides Tech 1 next run. Really hard to keep up with all their tech demands, you know, not having enough soldiers. Just a whole bunch of naked people that did alright. Alright, blood inside your body, girl, you fine. Hustle's 3x smaller right now, yeah. Does the boss have SMGs? Yeah, heavy SMGs are basically the best gun up until 15 shooting skill. Around, like, obviously, it depends some, but he died, yeah. Robinson has to be over his withdrawal by now, right? Yeah, he is. We just have to deal with his pyromaniac tendencies, but I think it's still worth. So, just need to convert him now. We're actually allied with these people at this stage. Screw it, just get them. Well, hang on. This is the kind sanguine builder cooking. All right. Okay. Place your shooters on the side skill box so they have cover. Those are all melees. So that's why I did that. But yeah, I mean, that's what this is to do, but so you mean in that exact fight, it was just because they were all melee. Socked him one. It was a friendly raid, not that group, no. These people were friends with us. We accidentally used a sidecast on them, so they became enemies. We downed them, we imprisoned one of them, and then we sent them human leather to ally them again. It's 2/43. Oops. 71 over 54, 60 over 49, and 68 over, all right. Now to speed up the conversion of colony pawns to your ideology, not aside from just having, you either imprison them and convert them in prison. You can use the conversion ceremony every time it's up, 20 days on that. And you can also use your moral guides converts every time it's up. Also, the convert actually puts this on cooldown, but not the other way. So make sure you're doing the conversion ritual first and then the converts. Or you can imprison them and convert them that way. About it at the moment. I wish they would add a word of conversion or something, or word of faith. So they have like word of trust, word of joy. It'd be nice to have one of those. There's a lot that made from your skin to your people. Be friendly or else. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you can use converts. You can even do the conversion ritual on a prisoner, and you can set the prisoner in the tab to convert. So imprisoning them is the fastest way because you can hit them with all three targeted ways at the same time. Then, so a lot of people don't know, if you have a colonist that you imprison, if they were a colonist first, you do not have to recruit them, even though it might say they have resistance. So if they were a colonist first, you can arrest them. When you hit release, it won't release them off the map. It'll release them back into the colony. Go on, Claw. Thank you. Goose. Come on, Goose. Fathom, you're pretty ahead on this anyway. Gonna goose first, please. Saying the rationale behind SMG pre-15. So people have done all the math on it. You can go look at the spreadsheets and stuff if you want like the rundown of it. I don't remember all the exact numbers, but at same quality and everything else even, the heavy SMG does more actual real DPS to enemies than assault rifles. So as far as medium range weapons or like all around weapons, heavy SMG with everything else equal is better than assault rifles until they're at 15 skill, unless the assault rifle is 2 tiers higher. So if you have a normal SMG but a excellent assault rifle, the excellent assault rifle will pull ahead. The benefit of the assault rifle before then is it has longer range and accuracy at longer range. Obviously, there are other weapons that are kind of niche as well. But in that tier of that kind of weapon, heavy SMGs are more damage, more DPS for bad shooters, is basically what it boils down to. But yeah, there's like charts and stuff out there if you ever want to check them out. Sure, you can find it with Google or on Reddit or something. I saw it on Reddit. Lots of wealth from that raid, or not because they were nude? That's a good question. I don't think I got as much, probably because they were nude. That's an interesting, yeah, we still got a bit, actually. But because they're less wealthy, there's more of them per raid point, so. You can arrest sad wanderers. Yeah, you can arrest sad wanderers. They'll get the debuff from being arrested, and then you can just release them back into your colony if you want. Smoke leaf binge. How much smoke leaf do we have? Do we have any? Was there like one? I don't think there was any. I'll look over this run. I want to get up into the millions. It's been a long time since I had a run get into millions of wealth, so I'll probably work on that over time. No traps and fences have had a nerf, not that I'm aware of. As long as it's normal raiders. You can arrest them if they try to kill another colonist or try to destroy a stack of opponents or something. Yeah, you can. I have a lot of sidecasters, so Word of Serenity is getting used almost every day. I wish we haven't got Word of Serenity at all. You could ever have enough colonists to make a circle kill box. We kind of did that a little bit in the 20-year run. We were testing it. We had a kill box like this, one to the side, one to this side, and they funneled in. And we were thinking about adding 2 more to make it basically a full circle, but we ended up not getting there. Thunderdome. Goose is hiding in the room. You can't use preach health on someone that's mentally broken? Wow. That sucks. That sucks. Horns over the plague? Okay. Patton's almost over it. Finite points in the future where you're planning to flip the script and go full luxury in each room to skyrocket wealth? Kinda, yeah. So I want to get to the point where we can make all of our own stuff. So we're waiting on research right now. So I'd like to get to the point where we can make good helmets that protect not only the head and brain, but the face. So that starts at recon. But that's the big one, yeah. Recon, more colonists, and then we'll push more. Got 3,000 hours on it. Use pause, you still can beat it on 5%. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, yeah. I've been doing 500% for a really long time. Well, as long as it's existed. And before that, Merciless. But. News on Dark Dungeons 2, the only thing we know is it's still supposed to be out this year. That's all we know. What are the light lines off the ponds again? Are you meaning like when I drag them, or what would be the ultimate pond if we could have 4 traits. I guess it would depend, but like if I could get a 4 trait starting like naked brutality pawn, I'd probably go with like super immune, tough, industrious, sanguine, or something like that. I think that's what I'd go with. That sounds pretty awesome, actually. Kirk. All right, we need to start working towards the neural supercharges to get rid of this -6. All right, Kirk, what's your real name? It's Arn. Arn, you're in. All right, how to make sure I get the name right. Tough, nimble brawlers. Those are so nice too. Tough, nimble brawler jogger. Those are good too. Industrious, sanguine, abrasive, billiard miner. Man, industrious is so good. There's a lot of really good traits. All right. What's your background? Not natural. All right. Goose, how you doing on that right leg there? So now you can also draft tin while they're having a breakdown, which is pretty nice. Look at that. Look at that. 100% tin quality while he's wandering around acting stupid. Tough, nimble brawler. Tough, nimble brawler jogger going berserk could be quite funny. What's the highest number of raiders you can have in a single raid? 200 tribals, 100 pirates, 50 mechs per group. So you can have multiple of those, especially with Rainy at the same time. We actually got hit with multiple max size tribal raids at the same time against Rainy in our 20-year Wealth Infinite run. But from a single raid group, yeah. Let doctors carry meds. Wondering because your docs will not use good meds. Yeah, so that's the thing. So this is still broken. I was telling people about this too, and I already reported it to the developers. It seems like the fix to it is pretty obvious. I don't know how hard it is to code. I don't know anything about that. But for anyone that doesn't know, right now, this overrides whatever you have set on your colonist. So if you have them carrying herbal medicine, like if Goose is carrying herbal medicine, and then you have someone that you really need to use Glitter World, and you set it for Glitter World, when that person tins them, and not just draft tending, when the doctor goes to tend them, they'll take the herbal medicine out of their pocket and use that instead. So this menu currently overwrites no matter what. I think it should only overwrite if they're drafted. This should overwrite draft tend and nothing else. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many they're carrying. However, whatever number they carry of this medicine will then overwrite whatever the pawn is set to. It's really frustrating. And it wasn't doing that with surgery as well. I don't know if they fixed that one or not, but that one made even less sense. Be careful. Be careful. The way right now, you've had pawns in with Glitter World in your hospital. I mean, we just had it happen earlier. I had to do it. So, I don't know. Were your people carrying Glitter World already? You almost lost a pawn because of it. Does Too Smart and Fast Lurker stack? I don't think you can have both, right? Oh, you can have both. There's some of them that you can't have together. If you can have those together, they should stack, yeah? Yeah, it should stack. I was thinking about other ones that share the same kind of slot. I don't think those ones do. All right. We gotta get this done. We got raided when we were trying to get it done. Stacks pretty good. Gotta get this done and get those superchargers up. There we go. Neural supercharge time. That's crazy. It's crazy. Oh yeah, we defeated that MECH cluster. We did this. Counter trades, believe like tough and win for something like neurotic, very neurotic. Yeah, like the opposite ones. They don't, you can't have them both because they just cancel each other out pretty much. Doesn't matter much. Yeah, the reason why I ended up leaving it there is I'm going to connect this at some point, so that'll eventually be part of the base. But right now, yeah, it's kind of annoying that they're going this way. Now it doesn't really matter because they won't be going out there anymore, but... Rice or potatoes, this is corn. Rice gives you more food, but it takes more work, and it's less acceptable to events like fire and whatnot because it's so fast growing that if someone gets burned, then whatever. So rice is the best in rich soil specifically, and in normal soil it's decent as well. Potatoes have basically no fertility sensitivity, so they're only the best crop when it's in stony soil. You can use it in normal soil as well, since normal soil doesn't have a lot of fertility anyway. But if you use potatoes in rich soil, it's a complete waste, or in hydroponics, it's a complete waste because they don't get much off of that fertility increase at all. Corn requires less work, but it's more susceptible to events because if your corn is 60% grown and something happens to it, that really sucks. Like, that's a lot of time to spend regrowing it. It gets you less food in the long run as long as things are planted and harvested immediately. The other downside of corn that a lot of people don't think about is the wealth bump of all that corn coming in at once, whereas rice seems to be more staggered because of how fast it grows. So rice is basically your best crop for just flat out as much food as you can get. As far as nutrifungus, things like that, I haven't done the numbers with those, so I don't know if those end up pulling ahead in any kind of setup. Never tried the... No, I've never done any modded storytellers. Does anyone have any idea why you have no builds in fabrication table outside of components? Did you have bionic replacements learned? Yeah, I don't know why. Because when you first get a fabrication bench, all you have is components. But then, if you have the researches actually completed, actually, I'm having the same thing. Do you? Nope. There they are. There they are. Yeah. Masterwork. Oh lord. I'm gonna have to redo this setup soon too. 16. Going through the perfect quantity of food for it to never rot before it becomes dessert paste. How does your setup work without refrigeration? Yeah, so we don't care about the human meat. Like, we're just sending that to people, so I don't care if that rots or not. But corn lasts 40 days. Corn lasts 40 days before it deteriorates as long as it's indoor. So I usually just only make enough meals, in this case, nutrient paste, for what we need. And then I don't worry about refrigeration for a really long time. It's different if you're living off meat, obviously. Speaking of. Keep calling in traders. So advanced fabrication research, the only thing you can build with average bench is components, yeah. Feel like in fuel, so you don't need grow lights. Yeah, Nutrifungus seemed very, very strong in our Tunneler playthrough that we did. We actually beat the new ending with Tunneler Darkness, but I didn't do like any math on it, like how many per or something. Yeah, no problem. Score saying you're live. Bit worse than potatoes for nutrition time. That's 15% fertility because it grows in the dark. Need a lot of it. Yeah, corn lasts 40 days unrefrigerated, and rice lasts 40, corn lasts 60, yeah. Okay, let's make sure our crafters are doing... We only have 2, really. I think it's time to finally pop the Ancient Danger. Been thinking about it all day. Using the rice and the nutrient paste yet. The right amount of meals per colony is always growing, but your plots remain the same size. I've increased my plot size, yeah. To begin with, we were just this rich soil, and then I've been running up here. So the math behind it, if you want to like actually min-max it, it takes 15 rich plots of rice if it's harvested constantly and replanted immediately. On year-long growing, it takes 15 rich plots of rice to feed someone forever. It takes 20 non-rich plots of rice to feed someone forever. It takes 7 hydroponic plots if they're done immediately. It's usually not the case, so you can just go with 2 basins, 3 if you want extra. But those are the actual hard numbers for rice. I'm not worried about it. I just, when I get someone new, I've just been pasting a couple more, and if we have extra, we'll turn it into chem fuel for other things. That's with simple meals, yeah. That's with simple meals. We're also feeding prisoners pretty often as well. All right, are we ready to recruit you? Yeah, I think we'll want you. All right. Can finally be recruited. Look at you. And so now we're mainly looking... I'm probably going to let these ones go now. It's a pretty good one, though. Tough psychopath plants. We need another crafter. Calculated Nutrungus to almost stay upon on simple meals. I think it was about 25. That's interesting. 25 is not too bad. All right, Robert, you were in prison for a very long time. See who you are now. Bert. Welcome in, Bert. Enjoy your stay. I want to leave bed rest on now that we have so many people. All right. Yeah, we really need some more crafters, big time. Let's go pop this open, see what we get. Plot size is raw timing, so you're not using any clever bill rules or anything to produce meal space in your runs. To produce meals, I do. So what I do as far as this, so basically pawns will eat 3 meals, or pawns will eat 2 meals a day unless they're gourmand. And it takes about a little over 3 days for a meal to rot. So what I usually do is I see how many people I have, so in this case 15, and I'll make enough food for either 2 to 3 days. So with this amount of people, if I was doing simple meals, I would probably set up a bill to make food until we had 60 and then pause it until we're down to like 30. That way I don't have someone just tied to the stove all the time. So what that'll do is they'll just make to the 60 meals. And then I also do another thing with these when we're not using nutrient paste where I do meat first. And that will also make it so I don't have to have a freezer for as long. So I have them use meat first. So I'll set up a simple meal rule. Let's just show. Set up a simple meal, do until you have X. Let me pause this. And I would go for like 60. And then I would unpause, let's just say like 40. And then over here, I would set it to animal products and meat only. And then I'd make another one of these other, or under it, that would allow for vegetarian. I would do the 1x or 4x or whatever, you know. But I usually have lists of those set up. Because we're transhumanists, I'm not worrying about it since we're doing nutrient-based. That's how I normally set those up. Use meat first. Use things that are going to spoil first. And if not, then use whatever rice and crap we have. All right, it's daytime. Let's go. Bert, all right, have fun. This is probably supremely overkill, but we won't know until we open it. I was originally going to open this with like 8 fewer colonies or colonists earlier. So I'm pretty sure it's overkill at this stage. We have food in case you get an EMI Dynamo camp though. Yeah, we do. I mean, we have 2,000 in reserve, so. And with excess meat, we're turning it into pemmican, so. There's only one enemy. I should have seen if I wanted to arrest them, but we have so many people. Should arrest her just to get the gear. All right. Strip them first. I don't know, man. We're looking for just a crafter, basically. None of those. I don't know what they had. Anyway. Should have looked ahead of time. Shoot now, ask questions later. Apparently. All friendly, yeah, just one bad. So the Mega Scarab's sick. Should make the game even harder. I don't know. It's pretty rough on 500% sometimes, especially no pause. I'm not sure what they would do. Make it so insects aren't melee only. That would do it too. That make insects have a breaching. Well, not breach. They kind of already do that. Make them have like an acid spit cast or something like that. That would suck. We're not sure what else. Should our wealth go up? We're at 123 now. Not a whole lot. We went from like 112 to 117. Have them have spitters. Oh, that would suck. Stealers that pretend to be refugees. Ugh. All these things sound terrible. Please, no. Take it easy, Satan. Lurkers? Oh god, that would be terrible. Screw Lurkers. I have nightmares about Lurkers. I played Terran competitively, so I still have I wake up in cold sweat thinking there's Lurkers under the bed, you know? Hold position Lurkers are under the bed. So what was this one? Yeah. It's kind of way we did. Are you evil and make your game harder? You just implement no pause, remove the slow speed. Friend, so you're no longer a lurking viewer? Nothing wrong with lurking, but welcome in, Nat. Danny, welcome back. Each one needs a supercharger? Yes. Yeah. You will all need biosculptors too. Oh my lord, we are running ourselves out of power already. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We haven't even started on like sleep enhancers and biosculptors. Have to have other power sources. Oh man. Lurkers, where? That don't end up sharing you? Really? Taking away their weapons, all their weapons access. Yeah, we've had several that we've had both in this playthrough. Trails and none. Bugs that don't want to attack colonists, that just want to eat walls and run away. Get close. They have like 150% movement speed. Download Race's nuclear mods. It's tempting. Do you really need 4 geos? I'm out of power. Yeah, I do need 4 geos. I had 140 grid X. Look, we don't have enough power for all these. Each of these takes 400. We need 1 per person. Then we're gonna need more for the biosculptors. Invisible insects? Visible in the dark. Welcome in. How do you earn coins? Are you talking about the channel points? Channel points is mainly just hanging out, watching the stream, and you can click the button when it pops up down below the chat. Other than that, Twitch does give they give double points, I believe, to people that are subscribers, whether it's gifted or not. Oh crap, I didn't send that other human meat. I gotta go do that. Start turning that into chem fuel as well. Jumped up 100,000. She claims suitor. It's crazy how many points people were spending. Yeah. I mean, coins in RimWorld. RimWorld, selling drugs, art, human leather. Those are the big ones. It's only 1.2, not double. Man, that's pretty. Superpower only when charging, but it's every day. So they need to do the neural supercharge every 24 hours. So. I don't want them to take down our entire grid every time they use them. I wish you could assign them per person, like you can a bed. Jeez. Yeah, like right now, our long-range mineral scanner isn't working because this. Get all this crap brought in. Ugh. I really need to get bionics. Does wall prevent tornadoes? No. Right, I want to Jordan's face. Use batteries for power. Yeah. We'll end up using some batteries too. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we get. We're looking for fire escape. Come on, gerbil. Far skip. Far skip. Far skip. Come on. Come on, gerbil. Hey, far skip. Let's pre-record it again. All right. One more far skip. We're in really good shape. Cheater. You called it. Man, we weren't getting anything we wanted earlier. Clips on why you do things you do. It has helped you specifically up your game. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad they're helping. 2 or 3 less charges in their colonist count. Yeah. That's what someone was saying, that you need about 10% reduction. So we have 15 colonists right now. We have 15. We'll probably end up getting more colonists. I want to get up to about 20 colonists. This might end up being enough for about 20. Oh crap, forgot to do that. On for a week, it's the same colonies as before? No, we beat that run. Yeah, the Arco Nexus run is done. We won. Yeah, the other ones are already set. Yeah. It's looking all right. We just need some crafters. Let's look around Goose. I'm so tired of Goose. Auction geothermal like that, had a wood door, and it kept catching fire. Is that avoidable with a stone door? Just make sure you don't roof them, and you should be all right. I would use a stone door anyway, so that wildfires and stuff won't catch them on fire. So I would use stone, but just make sure you go into zone and remove roof area over them so that they don't get overheated. Goose has been a real major pain, yeah. That neurotic. Neurotic plus he has 2 tiers higher. Jayliet called Fathom an owl. We're calling you wise. Get over it. We gotta get another crafter, man. Let's do this, and if they're not a crafter, we'll just sacrifice them. If we get someone. Wait until TP's up, I suppose. Command to join. There is no command. You have to use channel points down below the stream. Do I have a better social plan for a leader now? That's right. We did get someone new. We were using him out of necessity for a long time. Iceteam. Unfortunately. No, we have the wooden foot. Alright, Iceteam, you're the new leader. Congratulations. I'm sick of Goose. Goose is gonna be happy about this. I don't even care. You are now Locutus. Sorry, Goose. Back of the line. Congratulations, Iceteam. You're our leader now. And use the channel points, yeah. Because even with the channel points set for 5,000, the queue is over 1,000 people. So I had to reset it and set it for 10,000, and it's still getting a lot of people. Poor Goose. Silly Goose. All right, now they'll start bringing that stuff in. I also need to, it's going to take a really long time, so I need to start drying this crap out. As much as I hate to do it. It's going to take forever. take forever. It's all right. It's probably gonna be a long run unless we die. Which could very well be the case. Capitalists have a colleague member aimed for tier 3 subs, or if you get 5 subs, we'll call them a capitalist. I'm facing in the middle of via bridge, so I don't want raiders to destroy it over and over. So I'm gonna make it where I can put a little wall around it. Actually, I can't put the wall right there. So you can actually, if you make the bridge first, it'll get rid of the water underneath it instantly. That's why you can't move them anymore. I think that's why I changed it. Yeah, we'll start with... Yeah, that's great. We'll start with both these 2 sections. Man, it's 4... I'm gonna wait. That's gonna be a really weak spot of the base, is the only downside, but I'm gonna wait. So you here for a week? Let's time 3 hours. Have 5.8 thousand. Yeah, it goes up pretty quick, so thank you, Isaac. Business that name calls for like 50,000. Hopefully it doesn't get to those numbers. All right, do we end up getting nope. Assaulting spree. Serious pain. They're still wearing the tainted gear. All right, let's start changing that. The mood now is going to issue. Put a roof over your farm zone with block sunlight. It does block sunlight. You can put it over there and use a sun lamp if you want to still grow them. Or if you're growing Nutrifungus, or Nutrifungus doesn't take any light, so you can just roof it. You have to roof it. You can grow fiber corn with only 30% light, although it grows very slowly. Only takes 30%, so that can be just, or flowers. Those two can be just a lamp or a torch. And I really hate using lots of batteries, but I guess 2 isn't a lot, but today's there's 8.7. Leave stream on while you're at work all the time. Days, maybe we'll start upping our wealth low. We gotta be careful though. Harness the lightning. Let's go in tech. 10 years old when he found out psychic animal pulsars affect immature dryads. I was today years old as well. As soon as we got a battery, we had the event. Oh jeez. So those events can happen as long as you have a single point or conduit. They expel all your built up battery or saved up battery power. Feels bad. All right. Should be getting hit again here soon. What do you know? Like clockwork. Hey, that's our first breach raid in quite a while. Or mech breach, I should say. It's a lot of centipedes. It's a lot of centipedes in that. Misfortune, remember when I told you to take that helmet off? Just kidding, Misfortune. Hey, the light out here too. Iceteam, why you gotta be out here? Why is it always you? Oh, crap. Who else got skipped? Can't remember. Don't remember. Is that all of them? There's still 2 more centipedes down there for some reason. No. I know Misfortune has skip. Come on, Misfortune. Both are flame centipedes. It's breaking the shelf. Iceteam, stop being on fire. All right. Okay. Finally. Done. Alright. So let's see. We attacked again immediately. We need to get those back up. We got anyone that's dying? Now we're good. Juliet. Juliet, get the walls done. Let's go on SD. Welcome in. Heart rates. Fun Mac attack. So fun. I'm sure in your town had to run the AC just to keep your daughter and her rat alive. $700. It's crazy, Ted. Rubber duck sounds. Defeated started hitting the shelf. Thanks, Kappa. Come sappers, don't try places outside the kill box. Those are breaches. We've had breaches today hit here and up here. So breaches, it just depends on where they spawn, what kind of routing they take. Sappers will try to avoid turrets though, so you can force sappers into your kill box by putting turrets everywhere else aside from your kill box, and they'll go that way. Mio, gonna do that. Is anyone else bleeding? Yeah, we're fine. Gotta get to bionics. What animals are best for teaching hauling? Which ones are more efficient to train? For hauling, I like labs and huskies because they have no wildness, so they are very easy to tame and they're very easy to keep tamed. So those are really good. Depends on what else you're looking for. They also have low wealth. Their wealth has been rebalanced. So it used to be that they had 0 wealth, or excuse me, not wealth. Their filth has been rebalanced. It used to be that they had 0 filth, but as of 1.3 they have 1 because it's based on animal size. But yeah, I like getting huskies or labs for hauling inside the base. Anima tree. All right, we need another person to get Iceteam. Iceteam will work. Need another person to get far skip. Yep, no problem. Conspiracy, caves, purposes. It's really strong, yeah. It's gonna count. Welcome in. Human meat. Man, that's been in there forever. I keep forgetting. We gotta get some more construction people. I might end up having one of these start doing construction. Fortune's kind of going. They're already doing a whole lot. Man, these are both like stacked characters. I might still have them do it though. Okay. All right, what did you get? What did you get, rather? What a joy! All right. Well, you're pretty unhappy right now. What's your conscious at? Conscious at 103. All right, awesome. So, oh, you don't have enough psi focus. Just kidding. Major break on Iceteam. Goose, go ahead and hit them. Oh crap! There's psychically deaf. I didn't even realize that. We shouldn't have used the tree on them. Our leader is psychically deaf. Used to, that was really good for Neuroquake, but Neuroquake isn't impacted by psychic sensitivity any longer, so that doesn't matter. So it looks like we're having Breach Raid come through here when they come from the bottom. So we need a shooting area here for when they break through. So we're going to be growing this cotton somewhere else. This team's in a daze. Whatever, Iceteam. So we'll do just like right here, I guess. Transhumanist didn't challenge you. They are so needy. They're so super needy. After the next event, or if we don't get an event within 4 days, then we will we'll do the ceremony for potential second colonists. Or potential new colonists. Second, like we only have one. Oh, right. Who ended up getting the solar panel? I haven't been using that in a while. Solar pinhole. It is Orn. All right, Orn. Solar pinhole generates a huge area of lights and a little bit of heat for 5 days, so it's good to put out in these areas so people don't. Oh boy. He's still lighting things on fire in the rain. You know what? Go for it. Anyway, so people don't get the debuff for being in darkness. God. Basically never take pyros. Oh well. Easy breakdown. Flak. Best you run legendary. Just 11 crafting. Chat inspiration. That's nice. Alright. So I think the next, well, I was gonna say the next step is we need to get the sleep enhancers down, but that's gonna be more power, more steel, more components, more everything. What combination of memes have you found to be the most fun of your runs? Darkness Tunneler. Darkness Supremacist, really. Shooting specialist with sunblocker up was insane. They get 25% more accuracy in the dark. They get +7 from the shooting specialist. It's really crazy. Everyone was like laser targeted. It's really hard going back to normal aim after playing it. They should get catharsis at least because they like fire so much. That'd be nice. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Leader present. Oh, Iceteam, right? Iceteam's the leader now. Just because they are happy. Oh yeah, yeah. Pyros were. It used to be that way, like a long time ago. But they were rebalanced. They're not as bad as they used to be. Still don't like them, but. Heat wave. All right, so we've done without coolers long enough, apparently. We have the materials to do all this. Looks like we do. Okay. More mining. Man, I'll be so glad we get to the point where we're really producing our own bionics and stuff. All right, let's see what you guys got. Yeah, no problem. So we just did a full run that seemed very overpowered. It was Darkness, Tunneler, Human Primacy, and Supremacist. We finished the whole run, the new Arcade Nexus on 5% no pause, and it was really ridiculous how easy it was to kill everything once we got the sunblocker up. So you're just like trying to get a sunblocker. If you get a mech cluster with a sunblocker, leave it. If you get a quest with a sunblocker, you just take it immediately. Sunblocker, especially after you get to the point where you're just living off mushrooms anyway, is just so crazy good for them. Almost felt like cheating when we got the sunblocker up. Just insane. Get that brought in. The Nutty Prisoner. Looking for a crafter. You are not them. Iceteam, get over your breakdown. Let's go on, Batman. Welcome in. Yeah, don't forget to not ally with people that have, yeah. That was crazy. We had it up for 18 years and I allied with the person that owned the sunblock. They're like, we'll take that down for you. Gay herder. Wonder what kind of raid this is. What are the odds this is a breach raid? Oh, look, it's a breach raid. Wow. I am shocked. I've never seen one of these. Didn't even know they existed. Quite a few scythers of this one. I don't like that. Whoa, you guys sent me 7 people? Wow. Oh, you brought your incendiary launcher for those mechs. Thank you. That's excellent. Thank you. Yeah, use my geothermal as cover. Mood is really bad right now. Fathom, you jerk. Go away. Come in. All right. Stupid breach raids. I hate friggin' termites. You guys are just useless. Anyone about to die? We gotta get that hospital set up for real. Bert, you lay down. You attend to them. Okay. Alright, alright. Good defense, game thinks the only way to get to you is breaching. Get their side of it. Yeah, I was afraid they were gonna go guard that spot like they do sometimes. How long has this run been going on? 258 in-game days. This is the third stream. Low shields are so good, yeah. Hopefully get some more of those. Alright, I'm gonna split this recording for the YouTubes. Let me go ahead and split it.